lost in the sand, whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards around.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Maureen. How are we? And welcome to the MyTarot Morning Reflection, our daily inventory and a chance to check in with the universe, see how things are going on this amazing Tuesday morning. How do I know it's amazing? I have no clue. I'm still kind of waking up. But I hope everybody had a good night's sleep, or if it's the middle of your day, I hope you are having that amazing day. All that other wonderful stuff. So, what are we doing? Let's see, other than listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean, which means time to take that breath. Maybe it also means it's time to put our feet flat on the floor, get a little bit grounded here, or maybe just have our butt do the kitty dance, have our butts get grounded. Good morning, Maureen. Yes! So, I tell you what, last night, yay, good, oh, well, I hope it's crazy in a good way there, Jenny. Last night, we saw the little flash of lightning, and then I started counting the rumble. I think that the thunder actually rumbled for like 30 seconds plus last night. You know, it just hit, and then it's like I'm listening, and then I started counting, because it's like, it's still rumbling out there. So that was something. But, okay, where was I? The feet flat on the floor, butt doing the kitty dance. Taking that breath, seeing where my shoulders are, and then the neck. Doing that light switch thing. There we are. Now, so, we're just kind of sitting here doing that daily reflection. Chance to just check in with the universe, slow down a little bit, which is, again, I say it every morning, it's kind of what I need to do. Because, man, I get running and that's it. But this is my chance to slow down. So, what does the universe have for us? Do we have like any angers or resentments or anything like that we need to check in on? Do we have something we need to look at that might trigger us through the middle of the day? Well, hopefully this is our chance to deal with it now. That way, if we deal with it now, if something pops up in the middle of the day, maybe, just maybe, I'm going to adjust this because I like it to be straight. Maybe, just maybe, if it pops up in the middle of the day, if we talk about it now, then maybe it won't trigger us like it normally would. We do that by first doing our 3 stacks, 1, 2, and 3. Each one's like a different thread going out to the universe. Each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path, this stack down a different, and this one's a totally different conversation. But today, let's take a look at the bottom stack, or what I like to think of as things that are underneath that might be influencing us and we don't even realize it. Take that extra breath. I feel a little distant today. It's like this is probably a good thing for me today because I feel a little bit out of it. So I'm going to do our 3 and 1. And when we're feeling a little out of it, it's good to have something that just helps us to feel grounded. A routine, a focus. Again, a chance to take a breath. And then, flipping each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. Okay, so we have the 2 of coins. And I find it interesting the way Pamela Coleman Smith has this. So coins are the element of earth. They're about being grounded. And so they're about our home, health, finances, and all those things that keep us grounded. And twos are about choices, finding a balance. And so it's interesting how she has her person drawn here. And again, she's definitely somebody who drew for the theater. A lot of people don't realize it, but he's on a stage there. And that's a stage background. We see the little rough seas and things. But when we have our ace of coins, it's about planting that seed. And so this morning, it's kind of like our choices that we're making, things that we need to get done. And the way she has it here, since when we read the cards, we try and focus also on what the pictures are saying. And here's where we put on our big giant hat, which we all have. I'm sure we all have a hat just like this. And our focus is just on getting things balanced. And if we're feeling grounded or not, that's the question to ask. So early morning, we start our day. How are we starting our day? And then we have the 10 of coins. So again, coins, home, health, finances, and all those wonderful things. And we're doing our numerology here. 1 to 10. 1 is a seed. 2 is choices or finding balances. 4 like 4 legs on a table, as I like to say. 5s are a challenge because we're trying to get to 10 and we're just coming over that hill. But if this is a race, what do I always say? You know, from 1 to 10, 10 is not the finish line. 9 is the finish line. 10 is what we do with the winnings. And when we see the 10 of coins, we realize that coins are not the element of water. Coins are not cups. Coins are not spirituality. Coins are not about those things that we're passionate about. When we get passionate about coins, what happens? When we get passionate about our money, when we get passionate about, sometimes we become conservative. We become concerned. And so here we are at 10, and even if we achieve all of our goals, you know, it's not about spirituality. It's about, okay, so we have our home, we have our health, we have our finances and things like that. But when we get to 10, it's a choice of where do we go from here? How are we feeling? Again, it doesn't mean we have a castle. It doesn't mean we have a mansion. It means that we have shelter, we have food, we have all the basics that we need. But sometimes we need more than just those basics. So let's see what the next card is. So, we have another 2. And this is really feeling like, once again, that scale. Because with a 10, we want to start over again, right? A 10 is a 1 and a 0. A 10 is that realizing where we're at. Sometimes, especially with coins, are we feeling stagnant? Do we feel like a need for movement? Because coins are about roots, and these roots go deep sometimes. And change is not easy. 2 of Wands. Wands are our fire, our passion. You know, it's our energy, it's our actions. And as we see this person here, when you have 1 wand is an idea. 1 wand is, I want to do this. And it could be whether it's emotional, you know, as far as something we're passionate about, or taking an action to build something, create something, do something creative. I mean, look at this person. He knows that he's got the world in his hand, and we have all the options in the world. You know, 3s, we've found a direction. 2s, we haven't made a choice yet. Now let's take a look at the advice card. So this is about maybe finding a new focus, maybe finding a new change. Because here we have, in the center, we have our 10. We have, where are we at today? And again, it doesn't mean that we won the lottery. It means that we've accomplished what we've accomplished. And life is just full of small accomplishments. Today, I was able to feed myself. Today, my family's clothed. Today, I achieved this or that. But you can't stay in the 10 of coins. Because again, coins are not emotions. Coins are not feelings. Coins are not spirituality. Coins are not passion. Coins are about the basics. And sometimes it's important to focus on that because, sometimes we need to just bear down and say, you know what? I need to put aside my writing. I need to put aside this. We may feel that way because we need to achieve something. My car broke and I'm going to have to work double overtime. But once we take a breath, we get to ask ourselves, what do we need to achieve? Do we need to start over and do we need to balance again just what we were doing, which is dealing with money, dealing with being grounded, and these are important things. Or do we want to take a choice and say, you know what? I've done enough in this area. I forgot about this area, which is what I am passionate about. Going out, doing things, walking through the door. Again, twos are just making that choice. And with the foundation here, the advice card of the Ace of Swords. Well, this is almost like saying, I'm going to spin the wheel and say, I'm going to come up with a new idea. I'm going to come up with something that says, I just kind of need to get blood flowing again. I need, I need to put some thought into this. When we get to the 10 of coins, we are kind of, we're kind of sitting there and it's like we're at a place and we stop because we want to enjoy what we have, what we've earned, what we're doing. But while we're sitting here, maybe and it doesn't have to be something big deal or anything like that because these are minor cards. They're not majors. Minors are just our welcome to a Tuesday, welcome to a Wednesday card, right? This is just saying, how you feeling? You're just sitting here like this guy here just reading the newspaper, or reading the newspaper. That's because I'm very old. Just sitting here like this guy. Am I just reading the internet, seeing what's going on here? None of these people look really happy. We could start it over again. That's a choice. But personally, I think this wide open air, if we're going to go from left to right. Yeah. And as Maureen says, time to choose a clear direction to get us where we need to be. So today, let's just put on our thinking caps and think about where we are and what we need to do to add a little fire to our lives, a little joy, even if it's just going out and driving someplace we've never been, something that sparks a little bit of a passion. So today, let's put on our thinking caps and say, what would be fun? Because we have choices of things we can do. Even if it's just for me to drive up to Frederick, Maryland and walk the streets, and that gets my blood going again. Maybe I'll come up with a new idea of something, a new hobby or something like that. But today, let's just see about getting that blood flowing again. So, with that, I hope everybody has an amazing, what is this? Wednesday. Take care, have fun. And I'm doing free readings on Friday. So come up to Attaboy Beer on Friday. Take care, everybody, and I will see you later.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand, whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around, mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures